to the red now to the orange tier, which is obviously really great news. And with that, we're seeing some food and beverage restrictions lightening up and expanding those at each of our properties, I think, as well as just general restrictions loosening up. Like there's double rider carts and possibly some equipment on a golf course. So that's all great news as well. And as long as the numbers continue to drop and vaccines increase, I think we can see a light at the end of this tunnel somewhere. We've done an absolute excellent job as an industry providing a safe place to play and practice golf over this past year and a half-ish. There's a ton of positive buzz with golf in general at the moment. So I encourage everyone to keep that momentum going, and let's see how far we can take this in this great new renaissance for golf. So with that, that concludes my president's report. Next up would be our vice president's report. So I'd like to welcome on Vice President Hide Yoshinaga to give that report for you.
Good morning, everybody. Can you all hear me? I just want to make sure. If you can hear me, can you raise your hand, Nikki? Okay, great. Thank you so much. Well, it's good to have you all. I'm not sure how many is on the call, but I'm going to give my report, which is on the financials. As you see on the screen there, the financial statement, we have $39,234 as of February. And you could go to the tournament page, please. In the tournament page, it shows a balance of $251, the liabilities of $2,500, which is the entry fees from the 4-ball match play entries. And subtracting that out gives us a net asset of $7,751. So that is the tournament financials and the financial as we stand. And before we go on, Cameron, is it okay if I go over my stuff real quick?
Absolutely, jump in.
Okay, couple of things. I think Cameron and James Shack will also go over, but we do have our Metro Chapter Pro Assistant here at Valencia Country Club on May 3rd. The Pro Assistant is usually a very popular event. Currently, I think we only had about 28 players signed up. Of course, it's going to be a great shape and it should be a good day. So hope many teams will sign up, and I hope to see you all there. And then one more thing, since I'm on the phone here, today it just happens that we're hosting a social media content day for a lot of Instagram and TikTok people, one of which is Mark Kagawan. He's one of our Metro Chapter PGA member, and he's running this event, and it's very cool. He's trying to make golf fun again, and I think it's cool to see what's going on. So if you don't mind, I'm going to share with you real quick what's going out there, and Mark's going to say a few words. It'll be real quick. So I'm going to walk you out to the course. Bear with me, please. All right. Can you all see me out here?
So we've got.
All right, that's how it is. Thank you.
I appreciate you, man.
You too.
Yeah, this is real. This is real. All right, this is real. Hacker response. That's right. All right, thanks.
You're on, Mark.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you again. Look, as a PGA professional, I just want to say a few things. Like, our way is to grow the game, right? Well, this is growing the game. It's going outside our boundaries and doing something that we feel like we might not, like, we might be scared to do. And now we're going beyond that. And this is what we got. We're bringing all these content creators together in one house. 30 million people are going to be seeing this, and that's inspiring. That's what's going to grow this game, is to reach out and get people to the people that are on the fence that have never said golf before. They're going to see this, and they're going to say that golf is fun. Real quick, can we say a couple things? Okay. Maya, she's new to the PGA. She's now level 1 PGA, right, in the San Diego chapter. What inspired you to play golf?
You know, I actually started at the first tee, so the competition aspect kind of gave me something to do, and now I get to return the favor and teach golf, so I get to do what I love.
And we do something special. We create fun content, so we make golf fun.
Yep, we're making golf fun.
That's right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, guys.
And thank you for your time, everybody. That concludes my report.
All right, thanks, C-Day. Appreciate that. Next up, we have our secretary's report. So I'd like to welcome on Rick Stiegel to give that report.
Thank you, Cameron, and good morning, everyone, all fellow pros out there. Real simple, as you can see, we have a total roster of 520 members, chapter members 443, chapter associates 77, life members 59, life members centuries 5, retired members 6, and reserve members, that's the unemployed, is 7. Right now, good news, we have 0 suspended. So that would be it. Thank you, guys.
Great, thank you, Rick. Appreciate that. Moving right along, we have our committee reports today. And to start off, we'll do our tournaments committee report. Joe Groman, who is our tournament chair, is not with us today. So we're going to welcome on our co-chair for the tournaments and newest board member, James Schacht.
Good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well this morning. I want to start off this report. Hopefully you realize I am not Joe Groman, and you're welcome. Myself and Chris Villariano will be helping out with some of the tasks there, and hopefully slowly taking over some of our tournaments. So just like Cameron, if anybody has any complaints or would like to reach out about any advice or suggestions regarding our tournaments, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm at Mesa Verde Country Club. You can reach me there, or my cell phone. Both are on the PGA site. So to start off with some business from last year, we finally got our Metro Chapter 4-ball matches completed. Big congratulations to Michael Block and Andrew Larkin, who were able to defeat Eric Lohman and Bobby Nickel. So I know that's was a good match. They each had a representative, and the two of them battled it out. So again, congrats to Michael Block and Andrew Larkin. That takes us into this year's 4-ball match play, which the brackets are out. They are set. If you didn't sign up, I'm sorry. You'll have another chance again next year. But we have one match left to be completed for the first round of matches, which is due by April 25th. And those second round match deadlines is May 30th. So if you haven't checked that out and you signed up, please go online, figure out who you need to play, and get those things scheduled sooner than later. In addition to that, we have our individual match play, which the registration is open. If you'd like to play in that, please sign up by April 29th. That deadline is rapidly approaching. So in addition to those, we do have, like Hide mentioned, our May 3rd event, which is the Pro Assistant at Valencia Country Club. Thank you very much for hosting that. If you or any of your assistants would like to play, please get signed up sooner than later. And my last 3, I'm just going to kind of throw out there as a save the date. We've got 3 dates that you may not see on Blue Golf, but August 9th, please save the date for that. That should be our Metro Chapter 4-ball. We've got September 20th, which is the chapter championship. That's going to be held again at South Hills. Thank you, South Hills. And one additional event, hopefully our annual meeting, is November 29th. So save the date, August 9th, September 20th, and November 29th. And I will conclude my report by saying, if anybody would like to host an event, we're going to be getting together dates for 2022. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you think there's a chance your facility might be willing to host an event. Please reach out to me. So thank you all. Take care. Have a great day.
Great. Thank you, James. Appreciate that. Very thorough, and welcome to the board this year. Next up is our section representative report, which is for me. I wanted to touch on a handful of items with respect to our section. We met as a board on February 3rd. The main topic of that meeting was our strategic plan, which I'll say I've looked through pretty thoroughly, and it is very organized with very attainable goals. It's something that I think all of our members and associates should be familiar with. And in order to view that, you can go to the scpga.com website in the members only section, where you log in on the top right with your PGA credentials, and you can view that. So definitely familiarize yourself with that. As far as education goes, I wanted to announce that Gibbs is back. The Golf Industry Business Seminars changed a bit. This is a virtual format, and I believe it's over 3 months with 3 topics: work-life balance, driving top-line revenue at your facility, and career enhancement and development. So that should be really great and accessible to everybody. Another education update would be Associate Mentor Program run by board member Tom Sun, who's doing an excellent job with the Associates Committee. If you're interested in being a mentor, reach out to him. And he's also gotten Launchpad back up and running, which is a program to help our associates get through their level 1 book work. And I believe they have weekly, every Monday at 4 p.m. there is a webinar for our associates to get help with their level 1 work. So definitely utilize that. And finally, with Education Catalyst weekly webinars series has been going strong all year. Big thanks to John Kulo for putting that schedule together. He just released the Q2 schedule that's out and listed on scpga.com. So make sure and check that out and sign up. Upcoming events for the section. We have our Pro Scramble at Desert Willow on June 7th, followed by our section virtual summer meeting on June 8th, Tuesday, June 8th at 4 p.m. So make sure and mark your calendars for that and get signed up for that. Should be a great event as well as a great meeting. Compensation survey has been released, and I encourage everyone on behalf of Ken Farrell to get that done. You do get 1 MSR point for it. It's very important. Special awards nominations are now open for the section as well. It is a new process. We've partnered with a company called Open Water. I think headquarters uses it for the national nominations, and our sections are going to use it as well. So you should have gotten an email for that, and you will get some more. So use that email to get the link to the Open Water module and get signed up. You do need to register one time for that and get some nominations to recognize all of our great PGA members out there for this year's special awards. And with that, it concludes my section rep report. So next up is kind of the star of the show today. This is a big focus and has had a lot of work and effort gone into this with Rick Stiegel and Angela, who is a new board member. So I'd like to welcome on Rick to do our special awards presentation for 2020.
Thank you, Cameron, and welcome again, everybody. Special thanks to, like I said, Cameron and Angela Buzminski, my assistant, who kind of put this together, and we'll go forward with this. Just want to say, so as a committee, we thank you for submitting your nominations. Although all nominations deserve an award, it was determined that these individuals stood out in their respective categories. So going forward, we have Club Fitter of the Year. Logan has been club fitting for the past 11 years and gained valuable experience from shadowing master fitter Ryan Sawyer, who worked with TaylorMade, PXG, and Homa. Logan makes a club fitting part of his everyday experience at Oakmont Country Club and has increased his sales by 45% in the last 4 years. Logan believes that if you include fitting in the teaching and not outsource it, you can give the member the best experience possible. So congratulations, Club Fitter of the Year, Mr. Logan Scott, Oakmont Country Club. Next up, we have youth player development. This award is given to the member that has improved junior golf within the section and the community. Jane has built and developed a junior golf program at the club for the last 7 years. The program she has created has continued to grow and bring new golfers to the game. The key to success is to keep it fun while learning. Congratulations, Jane Rosenberg, Black Gold Golf Club Youth Player Development Award. I apologize if I get a little out of order here. So the next one up is Professional Development Award. This award recognizes the member who exhibits exemplary contributions to the education of PGA professionals. Anthony has always been on every list to volunteer and shares his time to help anyone that needs it. They consider their time in helping an investment in golf. He continues to lead by example and ask the right questions to gain knowledge, share it through seminars, webinars, and articles. Congratulations, Anthony Lanza, Monarch Beach Golf Links Professional Development Award. Next up, Merchandiser of the Year. We have, this award goes to the person that best controls their inventory, sales, and customer experience. Marianne's goal is to keep the merchandise in the shop fresh, colorful, and on the cutting edge of fashion, and give the member the best value while delivering a great experience. Congratulations, Marianne Hunting. Bel Air Country Club Merchandiser of the Year. And I'll also say that Marianne reached out to me. She'd like to thank everyone. It's very much a team effort at Bel Air Country Club, and the whole staff deserves this award. Thank you again, Marianne. Next up, Bill Straussbaugh Award. This award recognizes the PGA member that has distinguished themselves through mentoring of fellow PGA professionals. John has helped develop 4 assistants to head professional or director of golf status from his facility. He works hard to give them the tools to achieve their goals and encourage their actions. His love for the game has driven them to help others push themselves and achieve the most they can from their career. Congratulations, John McMullen, Hillcrest Country Club, Bill Straussbaugh Award winner. Next up, Assistant Golf Professional of the Year. This award winner continues to be of value to their head professional and staff. They have achieved certification in golf operations, teaching, coaching through the PGA. Travis's goal is to become a master professional and develop within the PGA. He remains dedicated to the club and helping the facility meet or exceed its expectations. Congratulations, Travis Britt, PGA Hillcrest Country Club Assistant of the Year. Next, Teacher of the Year. This member has been a director of instruction since 2010 at his facility and has developed programs for juniors and entire membership. They have attended many national section teaching seminars in their career. He designed and built a putting program that is gaining popularity nationwide. Nick continues to learn and develop ways to help the students achieve their goals. Congratulations to Nick Compass, PGA Santa Ana Country Club Teacher of the Year. And I'd like to say Nick reached out to me also. I'll just read what he sent me. I want to thank the award committee for choosing me. It's truly an honor to get picked from all the great teachers in the chapter. I want to thank Santa Ana Country Club, the membership, and all my students. Thank you to General Manager Ron Tanaka and Director of Golf Jeff Cochran. Thank you all. And the last one, Golf Professional of the Year. This award goes to a member that eats, breathes, and sleeps golf. They manage a staff of 45 at the highest level of service and enjoy success in all operations within the club. His passion for the game has developed the style of leadership to be flexible and encouraging. He also mentored young professionals to careers in the golf business. Brandon is fast becoming a force within the Southern California golf scene and among his fellow professionals. Congratulations, Golf Professional of the Year, Brandon Delgado, Monarch Beach Golf Links. And thank you all for that.
Great. Thank you so much, Rick. Big congratulations to all of our award winners this year. And also thank you to Rick and Angela and the rest of the committee for their time and effort put into this. It is a lot of work every year. We changed a few things up this year. We did get a big spike in nominations, so thanks for everyone to do that. It's always nice to pick from a large group of candidates when we go through this. So this year was a success, and hopefully we can build on that. Okay, so moving along, next up we have sponsorship. So I'd like to welcome on Dave Kuhn. We have 3 great sponsors today. I'll let him go through and introduce them one by one. Thanks so much.
All right, Cameron, thank you very much. And thank you to everyone for having myself here today and the partners that are going to be speaking with you. As Cameron mentioned, we have 3 awesome partners that are excited to speak and meet with the Metro chapter today. The 3 that are here are Rapsodo, Iconic Golf, and Pacekeeper Golf. So they're excited to talk with you. And first, that'll be speaking today will be Ryan Burke, the sales manager from Rapsodo Golf. Ryan, how are you doing?
Very good. Thank you for having us today. We're very excited to support the Southwest or the Southern California section. I'm a Southwest section PGA professional from Arizona, so it's kind of nice to just get in front of PGA professionals again. It's been a crazy year, so it's nice to see we're moving in the right direction. So for those of you that may not be aware, Rapsodo is a launch monitor. We've got a number of different products in golf, baseball, and softball. But today we're primarily looking at, how are we going to help our professionals in the Southern California section. So if you go to the next slide, a little bit about what we are is we're a company that was founded in 2010. We've got locations in Singapore, Turkey. Our main office is in St. Louis, and then we recently just opened up in Japan as well. So, when it comes to the last year and a half and at-home practice and play, the ability to have added data launch monitor at home has been massively successful for us. And the Southern California section is probably one of the most user base we have in the country right now. So there's a lot of really good opportunities that are going to go as we continue to progress with our product. So some of our core strengths, we're really a launch monitor. So what you see on, TrackMan, FlightScope, GC Quad, GC Hawk, these are all fantastic products. And this is a consumer and coach version that's a little easier, a little less metrics to use. So going to the next slide, today we're going to talk about what we are within golf, and that is the MLM. You may have heard MLM through My Golf Spy and some of the other publications. We've been very well received as of late. But we're a radar mobile system. We give immediate feedback. So if you're looking for club speed, ball velocity, launch angle, trajectory, distance, those are kind of what sits in front of a lot of our club fitting as well as lessons. This is a great product. So on top of that, we've got some consumer aspects to it, the shot tracer. So you're able to see the trajectory, add a little bit of the video to the data, and I guess humanize it is what I would say in that regard. So the great thing is that this is a product that's at $499 retail. So it opens opportunities for us to really bring technology to our memberships at an affordable price. So we do a lot of, member guest events, and we do something that's been very well received is a call your carry competition. So instead of just a long drive where everyone rips driver, you actually get a call what you think your carry distance is, and then closest, can win that special event. So some very good things. I'm going to do a video here next. It's fairly short. I think it's about 4 or 5 minutes. It'll give you a brief overview, and then I'll give you some opportunities as to how I see it placing into some of these properties, and then we'll wrap it up after that. So if this video plays, we'll go to this, and then we'll move on from there. So just a few minute video. Okay. Those controlling the slide deck, are you able to play the video?
It is not wanting to play.
Okay, well then we'll go without it. So let's just go to the next slide. You can see that picture there. It'll show a little bit of the shot tracer, but so what it is we are independent testing. We're within 2.5% accuracy against TrackMan. So, the numbers that we do are very, very accurate. You'll see that we do carry, ball speed, club speed, smash factor, launch angle, and shot trajectory, all of which are going to be inside 2.5%. So if you look at independent, we've got My Golf Spy and Golf Digest, very well received, a lot of independent reports to look at and see. But, this is a great opportunity to really expose some of this technology to your membership, to bridge the gap. We are moving towards a connected environment, no matter how this opens up for us, to be able to keep your players engaged on the coaching aspect of things, you're able to speak the same language. You're able to assign tasks. You can club gapping. This has 3D map of your driving range. So you can actually get a live view of what the driving range is, as well as your dispersion pattern from the sessions that you do. So there's some really great information that you can get from this in an affordable price. So going to the next slide. These are some of our industry experts. I think most of you probably know Mark Blackburn. He spends a lot of time in your backyard at the Titleist Performance Institute with Dave Phillips. Mike Malaska is in my backyard, another top 100 instructor, as well as Trillium, Helen, and Dr. Sasha McKenzie that helps validate our data and make sure that we're moving in the right direction to not only give value to your end user, our consumers, but to also get the features to be able to make that connected environment between our coaches, our clubs, and our consumers at the end base. So we've got a great number of individuals here. I'd say that we have roughly 70 to 80,000 active golfers right now using the MLM in the United States, and most of them are using them within every 4 days. So that tells you how many at-home instruction possibilities there are moving forward. So very excited about our relationships. We're certainly excited about the Southern California PGA relationship. And as we start to open up, we're going to be doing much more in-person events. So if you're looking at your member guest events, we have some opportunities there. And then you're the first section that we're going to be launching this to, but we are doing a program that will allow you to extend a discount to your membership. So our retail is at $500. We'll create a custom code as well as a custom video of either yourself or one of your members with the shot tracer. You send out that email out. Anybody that purchased that MLM will get $100 off the MSRP. And then on top of that, the club is going to get a $75 credit towards MLMs to put in the golf shop. We know that golf technology is very difficult to bring in the golf shop when you're not looking at your larger margins. So this really gives an opportunity to not only get a lot of these MLMs out into your programs, but then use that credit either for your junior golf program or to be able to make revenue within your golf shop. So if you go to the next slide, here is some of the consumer features that we have there. So again, if you see your TrackMan shot tracer on the PGA Tour events, we do have that within the app using your mobile phone, as well as the GPS shot map. So again, if you're at the driving range and you hit 100 shots, or you have your player hit 100 shots, you're going to see the distances and the dispersion. And you can really kind of paint a picture of, hey, we need to gap your clubs better, or you're missing everything to the right side of the fairway. So there's some very great aspects of this data that you can easily transfer to your students or yourself. So video playback, so very similar to all of your other video capturing tools. You can draw lines and annotate and send some remote lessons back and forth, since that is kind of the new norm that we're dealing with in many regards. And then some other great features that are going to be included there on that customer experience. Speaking as a golf professional and a buyer and merchandiser and a number of those hats that we put on over the years, this is as easy as a consumer product as I've been in front of. So, you can feel good that your consumers, your members are going to be able to pick this up very quickly. So moving on to the last slide, I believe, this is my contact information. If you look at the code on the right-hand side, it's just RBurke MLM Pro. That's going to give you $175 off. This is your PUD. This is for all the professionals out here. We want you to give it a shot. Make sure that you think it's something that you can incorporate in your memberships. My contact information is there to the left. So, if you're interested in a tournament gifting, trying to figure out how to get MLMs for your junior program or for your academy, we have a number of different options that we can do. And like I mentioned before, there's somewhere, it's simply trying to motivate your members to purchase MLMs. And in return, you're getting free units either for the golf shop or for your junior programs or tournament giveaways. So we want to help you and support you any way you can. Please use my information. I opened up my my schedule this afternoon. So feel free to call me direct on the cell phone, send me an email, or use that code to get yourself an MLM and see if it's right for you and your members. But again, thank you very much. And please do send over any questions that you may have.
All right, Ryan, thank you very much. And to everybody in attendance, we will make sure to get that video out to you in a follow-up email so you can see that. And as Ryan mentioned, if you have any questions or anything, please feel free to contact him. And next, we will move on to our partner, Iconic Golf. I know that Tim Campbell is on the call, but today we're going to be hearing from his coworker, Andy Hydorn. Andy, are you there?
I'm unmuted now. You can hear me?
There we go. How you doing, Andy? Welcome, and the floor is yours.
Thanks. Let me get myself squared away here, and I'm going to share my screen. We have to get that other screen share off so I can share. All right. So thanks for having us, and congratulations to all the award winners as well. We're happy to get a chance to talk to you today. Iconic is a golf coaching app delivered in a digital format through a smartphone device. So we're going to go through some of the basics of our product. We're going to breeze through it pretty quickly because we're kind of limited on time. And then at the end, hopefully, if there's some questions, we'll be ready and willing to answer.
Meet Ike. Ike has been coaching golf for 25 years, and let's just say that he is really good at what he does. Next to Ike is his star student, Nikki. They have been working together on Nikki's game for a while now, but there is a new dynamic to their relationship that has them both excited about the future. For a while now, Ike has been trying to figure out how he can be more efficient with his time and still be a great coach. He has always used technology in his coaching, but the technology that Ike was using has never really helped to ease the stress of Ike's day. But then, Ike found Iconic, and Nikki loves it too. Iconic is a mobile coaching app that allows any coach to deliver content, organize communication, and archive all student activities. Ike can communicate with his students, share video back and forth, test his students, assign modules and drills, and permanently store all of it right on his smartphone. Having all of these tools in one place sure makes things easier on Ike.
So just to give a quick recap, there are three main functions that the app does. It creates, stores, and delivers instruction digitally, which is a really important thing for any coach who's looking to get themselves moving in a direction of using some digital tools to help them out with their day-to-day duties of being a golf coach. The next thing it does is it communicates with your students. It's a communication platform for your students and yourself. So, you can share video, you can message back and forth, you can video chat right in the app. But it's a really great place to kind of aggregate all of the activities between your students and yourself. And all those activities are stored there for future reference. So anytime a student or you as a coach would like to go back and review what you've done with the student the last time you were with them, or even back as far back as you want, you can always have access to all the activities that you've done on the app with your students. Now, the science behind the app is important too. Basically, the app is built from the student back to the coach using the science of learning and training. And what that means is that there's an application called Process Training, which has been identified as the best way for any student to learn anything that they're trying to learn and get better on. And in this particular case with golf and golf coaching, the ability to test your students, to teach them, to provide them the structure of training, and then to retest them is an example of how that process training works in golf.
We know why Ike likes Iconic, but why is Nikki so happy? We know that she spends a lot of time and a good amount of money trying to get better at golf. Using Iconic has Nikki so much more engaged and empowered. She loves it! All of her coaching activities are right on her phone, and she can go back as often as she wants to revisit anything that she and Ike have been working on. This makes Nikki a very happy golfer. Nikki will only be able to see what Ike sends to her, The student side of the app does not allow Nikki to just browse the library of content. Ike is in control of everything that Nikki gets and sees. After all, he is the coach.
So important thing to remember there, that we're not an app that a student can just go browse random content. It's very directed for the coach to deliver what they want to deliver to their students. Now here's the look from the student app view. So there's 4 buttons you'll see on the bottom from left to right. The home button's really just a feed of the activities that the student's going through. The second button is that chat button, which I described, where you can send your videos, you can message, you can video chat right there. The third button is the lessons button, where all of the activities that the coach has sent to the student get stored right there in the lessons, and it starts to create a specific library for that particular student. And finally, the last button is scoring, where there's some testing modules inside the app that a coach can send to a student, and you can start tracking and seeing the progress of the student as they go through the different testing modules inside the app. So now from the coach side, and you'll see, again, it's a little bit of a different experience from the coach and the student. From the coach side, the home button is similar because it's really just the activity log that the coach is doing with all of his students. The next thing is the chat button, which is the same exact function for a coach as it is for the student. The third button is where all the students live. So a coach can go in, drill down into each student, see what they're working on, see the progress, see what they've finished, see what the results are for some of the tests that they've taken. And finally, the fourth button on the right is the library of content, which we call the assign button. And this is where all the content lives. We had 2 options really in approaching what to do with content. One of them was to preload the app with content and then allow coaches to create and edit their own content. The second one, which was going to be just to provide a blank slate for coaches to create their own content. So in talking through this, we decided that it would be much better for any of the coaches to have access to use any of the preloaded modules that are in the system, and then still have that ability to create their own.
Ike was really interested in how it could save him time. He found that Iconic came with over 400 coaching modules preloaded into his app. These modules come in 3 different types. There are testing modules that Ike can use to test and measure Nikki's progress. The training modules help Ike to teach a skill and train his students. Most of these modules have the practice sessions built right in. The last type is called a learning module. There are times that information alone can enhance the development of a student. Whether it is etiquette, rules, or just general information about the game, knowledge is power.
So getting into the content a little bit in more depth here, Iconic does what we call coaching modules. So for us, digital content is not just a video presentation. I mean, there's all sorts of free videos that you can get on YouTube and social media and everywhere else that all this content's available. What Iconic did was in lining it up with our vision of using process training, we have a video presentation. There's often key points that go along to support the video presentation. In some of the training modules, there are practice sessions built right in, because if you don't attach training to teaching, then it's difficult to actually make progress. And there are learning cue questions inside those practice sessions so that a student can actually communicate with the coach that they're actually getting what they're supposed to be getting out of the lesson. The preloaded content, there's different types. So there's instruction modules, there's a ton of drills in there, there's those tests that we were talking about, and there's also those learning modules that you saw in the video. And learning modules are important because when it comes to information like etiquette and rules and general golf information, especially for people just taking up the game of golf, there's an awful lot of opportunity to use the app to deliver some of that really important content. While as a coach, you don't necessarily find it easy to find the time to do that. It's all there in the app, and it's there at the touch of a finger there. And finally, inside the app, there's an area called Coach's Corner, in which the coach can really use some of these things in Coach's Corner to help them enhance what they do in terms of their instruction workload. So for example, if a coach wants to send out a lesson every week to the entirety of their student database, they can do that right in Coach's Corner. For every lesson that you finish up with, you can, on the go, you can use the lesson wrap-up module and record things, through video. You can add to that module. You can add notes. There's all sorts of things that you can do, drills. There's all sorts of things that you can do to help give your students something to take away with from a lesson. And finally, inside of Coach's Corner, there are what we call coaches modules and practice plans. And the coaches modules are there as templates so that any coach who's interested in building and creating and using their own content, we've made templates inside of Coach's Corner for any coach to begin to start that process.
Ike has always wanted to build and store his own instruction content. Like many coaches, he has a certain way he likes to teach the game. Ike was thrilled to find how easy it was to replace the content in a preloaded module with his own version. All he has to do is click the edit button, remove the old video, put in the new one right from his camera roll. He can even edit the key points and practice sessions. Ike has been building his own modules one by one. Soon, he will have a nice library of Ike modules to use anytime he wants. He can easily tell them apart by the color of the icon. Everything Ike touches turns to purple.
So you'll see this is really the reason why we decided to go the direction we did. So you see the icons that are purple versus the ones that are gray. It's just so much easier and less stressful for a coach to build their own content at their own pace. And they don't need to have a complete library of items to get started. So again, as you saw, there are two ways to build your own content, those Coach's Corner modules. And there's also any other module that's in our library. Any coach can take any of those and edit the content out like you saw in the video and make their own. So there's two different ways to do it. And we're actually hosting a couple of workshops next week. If anybody's interested in creating some of their own content to use on an app like Iconic, we are hosting a couple of workshops, and you can reach out to us at the end and let us know if you're interested in attending any of those.
Iconic has a plan for every coach. Getting started is super simple. The first thing to do is pick your plan. Once Ike settled on his plan, he signed up on the Iconic website and downloaded the Iconic app. Then, Ike started to invite his students. They received the email invite and then created a student account and downloaded the app on their smartphones. Now everyone is ready to get started. Ike had a couple of easy ideas to get started. Using any of these activities will get this new relationship started off on the right foot. Ike loves it, and Nikki loves it too. The future starts now, and Iconic is just the app to get you exactly where you want to go. Be like Ike.
So this has been sort of a sprint presentation here, so we apologize for that. But in general, really what we want to make sure, if anybody's interested in using the Iconic app to help enhance what they're doing, or even get into things like remote coaching, blended learning, which we can get into in more detail if you're interested. Those are the ways that really the Iconic app can help any coach become better at what they do, have opportunities to make more money, and really coach more students. So Tim's going to take you through some of the options here.
Thank you, Andy. And, in the chat function, I put the directions on how to easily download the app, and you can use it for your first student to get a feel for the app. You can use it for free. I just go to iconicgolf.com, and that's spelled with K's. and click on sign up. You'll choose your free plan. Use it a little bit, and by all means, reach out to us. You can either reach out to me, tim@iconicgolf.com, or sales@iconicgolf.com. We're happy to give you a free demo. So thank you all for your time today.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Andy and Tim. I know that was some really cool footage, and Nikki, made a special appearance there. Nikki Gatch is the student in the video, but finally, we've got our third and final partner here. It is Pacekeeper Golf, and Hank Jones will be speaking to you all for a few minutes. And just a reminder, cool thing about the Zoom is in the chat there, I noticed our partners are giving you guys some links and some reminders on some special offers. So make sure when the meeting's complete to take a look at those. But Hank, are you there?
I sure am. Can you guys hear me?
All right. Well, I'm going to leave it over to you, Hank.
All right, I appreciate it. Hopefully everybody here can hear me. Thank you for the time here and allowing me to give a presentation to your group. Pacekeeper is dedicated to what we believe is one of the biggest issues for clubs and for courses, and that has to do with keeping the pace of play going throughout the day and in tournaments and such. And we have a variety of strategies, if you will, to help pace of play. You can go to the next slide if you'd like. All right, well, first of all, is universal in both the problem with the pros, course pros and so forth, but it's also an issue when it comes to players out there. Players don't want to hang out and wait for people in front of them and so forth. And the USGA has proven through statistics that golfers themselves would actually spend more money if it was a faster round of golf, a more efficient round of golf. Close to 10% is not an insignificant amount of money, and it's something that you guys can really leverage if you can. We all know that golf is really a sort of a hospitality business, and it's kind of a fine line between urging golfers to go play faster but also not pissing them off. And we've created a device that we think is a very friendly, very simple way of helping golfers of all stripes to play a more faster round of golf and so forth. So if you go to the next screen, please. Okay. Initially, Pacekeeper is a guide. It's for people who are regular golfers and so forth that don't necessarily realize that they are not keeping up to pace. And so we've developed this visual tool. It's a tag that's color coded. It's for individual courses that tell players or groups, if you will, whether they're on pace, a little bit behind pace, or quite a bit behind pace. And that's through a very simple color-coded device that goes right on the bag. It goes on the cart, goes on the walking cart or push cart, if you will. And it's a constant reminder of just where they stand when it comes to pace. A lot of people don't realize that people behind them are waiting for them to play. And that's where the hospitality issue comes into play. You don't want to, bother the people that are behind pace, but the people who are behind them, those who are tagging along, are really suffering when it comes to the trickle down effect, if you will. So anyway, the Pacekeeper is a good device. It's also a good teaching device for beginners, for young families, and people like that. Again, we really emphasize that this is a simple, friendly device for people to use, that they can easily tell whether they're on pace or not. Okay, you can go to the next slide. Another element to the Pacekeeper is to motivate players to, or groups to use the Pacekeeper. And we have a program, and it's somewhat voluntary on the part of each of these of the courses, where you can reward groups that if they're playing to pace, essentially finishing on the green at 18, you can motivate them to come into the clubhouse and maybe get a discount or a free sleeve of golf balls, a free beer, something like that, something to get these guys back into the club so that they spend their money after playing the rounds. We all know that a lot of golfers end up just, once they finish their round, they go in their cars and off they go. We want to motivate these people to come back to the pro shop and buy a hat or to have lunch and such. So if you can offer them this sort of finishing on the green element, it's a plus. Okay, another element to the Pacekeeper is that it does offer monitoring on the part of the guys who are administrating the course, whether it's in the pro shop, at the starter's booth, the ranger cart, even in your home office. You can see just what status of things are by having this bird's eye view of everything going on the course. Similar to probably what you've seen when it comes to Visage and some of these other elements. But this one is totally dedicated to pace of play. So it's a real clear indicator of what is going on out there. Okay, you can go to the next slide, please. Pacekeeper is user-friendly on the part of the administrators. Initially, we put all of the coordinates on through GPS technology. Essentially, we put spots between the holes that are about 30 yards in diameter, and it tells essentially the device does a time allotment and real-time differential between how much time is allotted throughout the course, not necessarily, not on each hole. Well, wait a minute, for each hole, but it's accumulated over time. And you guys can determine, okay, we want to have a 4-hour round. You can change the various hole time frames so that it ends up being a 4-hour round. You can change it again if there are juniors in a tournament, something like that, where you want to give them a little bit extra time or whatever. But it's very user-friendly on the part of the administrators using the Pacekeeper. Okay, you can go to the next. It also is personalized, if you will, in that when you do monitor the various Pacekeepers out there, devices out there, you know who they are specifically by group. You can call them as a 10-12 tee time, or the Kuhn group or the Domchek group or whatever. Each day you can make it different according to your needs. We work with 27-hole courses as well as 36-hole courses and so forth. So again, very user-friendly. Okay, and then finally, we offer analysis of what has happened over the course of the previous day or the previous week by the groups, by individual holes and so forth. So you can work with these analyses, share these analyses with your golf committees and greens committees and so forth, and so that you can make your course and play that much more efficient. And also have real-time, obvious data that you can share with even players that they're known to be slow or whatever. You can say, hey, here's the proof. Okay, let's go to the next. We want to make this as affordable as possible. It's a very flexible kind of program in that these are not devices that are are bolted onto carts. We do have magnets, and you can just sort of slap it onto the metal part of the window frame or whatever. Only one is necessary per group. You don't need it per cart or anything like that. If there are 4 guys that are walking, so forth, all you need is one. And we think that's a really visual incentive, in that if the other 3 golfers see that we're, one of the guys is kind of slow or not going fast enough, you can always say, hey, listen, let's pick up the pace. It's a visual aid that's very, very obvious. As I said, there's no installation costs. We do all the GPS downloading and the specifics for the pars and so forth for the holes, but you can tweak and so forth. We're also providing, we're also providing options when it comes to how long you want to lease these things. We have 4 months, 8 months, 12 months, and 24-month options, depending on, whether your needs, if you will. Okay. And that is pretty much it. I appreciate your time. Let me know if you have any sort of questions on what the Pacekeeper is all about. Here's the information on what the Pacekeeper, on reaching us over at Pacekeeper, and we will follow up with you guys to check your interests. Are there any questions? Hello?
Yeah, I was going to say, Hank, this is Dave, to everyone in attendance. Yeah, maybe we'll take real quick for Hank at Pacekeeper, Iconic, and Rapsodo, maybe 1 or 2 quick questions in the chat if you have it. Otherwise, we want to just thank you all again for being a part of this meeting, and looking forward to seeing everyone out at an event soon in person. But this was great, and we appreciate your support of the section and the Metro chapter specifically.
All right, thank you, Dave. I don't see any questions just yet. We can get them if they come up, though. Big thanks to Dave Kuhn and our 3 partners for today's meeting. Very cool products. Definitely want to support our partners, so reach out to each of them if you have some interest or would like further information on that. I'd like to take a second to just recognize a couple important people on our phone call today. From our section board, Vice President from Monarch Beach Golf Links, we have Eric Lohman on the call today. We also have our President, Robin Shelton. And I'd like to invite Robin on just to say a couple quick words if he can.
Well, hey, good morning, everyone. Cameron, thanks for the opportunity to be here. I know Tom, Jeff, and Nikki will share, but just grateful. I know you said Eric Lohman's on here, as I think all of us know that Eric's larger than life, and everything that he does is the GM at Monarch Beach, and does a great job as our section vice president and managing the financials. We've had a very good financial performance for the club, for our section. And Eric continues to be heavily involved in everything going on, from communications to education. But as we kind of have started off this year, we've said, hey, how do we as a section remain relevant to everybody? How do we continue to provide good, accurate, and timely information? And how do we keep people educated as far as, hey, making us better golf professionals and helping us navigate the pandemic? And I think as a whole, our industry has done an incredible job of getting more people into golf and making it a safe place to be. So all of us deserve just a huge amount of accolade for that. And, like I said, we want to be relevant, provide information, and keep our golf professionals educated. So we've tried to focus on that. We've definitely stepped up with our Cal Chats. We've got our Catalyst program. The Launchpad is back. We're starting our Gibbs programs again. And then we worked really hard just to be organizationally healthy and kind of updating our strategic plan and using that more. So it's been a great start. Eric and Allison and our entire board have been awesome as we start the year. And just kind of wanted to say, thank you for all that all of you are doing to grow our game and keeping it safe. And it's really needed right now. And I know there's so many members at my club that are like, hey, with golf, without it, I wouldn't be sane. I'd be in a much different place and not a good one because of the pandemic. So, golf continues to be great, continues to impact people's lives in such a great way. So thank you all for what you do. And with that, Cameron, I will give it back to you.
Great.
I'll let you or to Mr. Addis.
Thank you. Appreciate it. To Robin, and congratulations. Robin made the move to Newport Beach Country Club. Good luck to you there. I know you will do well. Next up, let's finish off today's meeting with hearing from our section office staff. So I'd like to welcome on our Executive Director and CEO, Tom Addis.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. And Cam, thanks so very much. It's really nice to be here, and hopefully one of these days we'll be doing this in person again. So we look forward to that day and the meaningfulness of being able to gather in that regard. Robin and Eric, thank you for being here and your leadership. We appreciate that very, very much. We know that our time is limited here, so we'll get moving. Cam referred to our strategic plan, which is I don't want to say it's a new strategic plan. It's a new format for our strategic plan that allows us to be a little more attentive to the detail of the plan. It's a little more, I shouldn't say a little more, it's quite a bit more. You have quite a bit more ability to track the initiatives. Heretofore, the plan that we had, if any of you ever saw it on SCPGA.com, it was a 3-page plan. Not to say it wasn't relative and it didn't work, but it was a line of initiatives that we based our programming. But now we have the opportunity through this new plan with 3 new pillars that are really basic when it comes to the structure to track and to quantify what we do with our strategic plan. The 3 pillars are the section, which is our primary corporation. It's a tax exempt corporation. I believe you all know this, that all of our business is run. And we also have a for-profit corporation that is our tournament corporation, that we run all of our tournaments and events of that nature, whether it be the State Open or Southern Cal Open, Section Championship, Women's Section Championship, whatever it might be, senior events through our corporation. That's the second pillar. And then the third pillar is our foundation and all the initiatives under the foundation, whether it be growth of the game, player development, whatever that might be, that houses our junior golf tour, as well as all of our other foundation activities, such as scholarships and grants and such. And both Jeff and Nikki will get into a little bit more detail when it comes into our strategic plan. I would like to, as Cam did, encourage you to go to scpga.com and our member link and take a look at the plan and the 3 pillars, how it works, and what the initiatives look like as we really structure our day based on this plan. So with that in mind, would certainly like to call on Nikki and Jeff to further this report.
Thanks, Tom, and thanks, Cam, and the board for having us join you this morning. I'll just give a few updates as it relates to the plan that we're talking about. Focus first on communications and marketing. We've done I believe a really great job in that area, especially over the last year when essentially that was about all that we could do. So extremely important that we communicate not only internally with our staff as we've been working remotely, but certainly externally with our members and our constituents. So found a lot of new tools to use that we'll continue to use and continue to move forward. A couple areas that we've been strongly focused on, social media. We had a goal of growing our social media following to 5,000 by the end of 2020, and we met and actually exceeded that goal, which was wonderful. So for those of you that are on social media, really encourage you, if you're not already, to follow all of our channels. We have SCPGA, which is the main section channel. We have Junior Tour, Foundation, and also SCPGA Women for our women's division. So encourage you to do so. We have a goal of reaching 10,000 followers by the end of this year as well. Another focus has been increasing our outreach and engagement with our golf consumers. So, we've really been just talking to ourselves as well as our Junior Tour and their families, which is fine, but we never really had an opportunity for that engagement and exposure directly with the golf consumer. So we have partnered with a marketing firm, Saint Street Marketing, and through working with them, we've done some social media promotions, contests, and we've really grown our database from about 5,000 to now 40,000, which is pretty significant in a few ways. First and foremost, we're utilizing that to promote who we are and what we do, who the section is, what we do, and most importantly, what it means to be a PGA professional, and utilizing that to promote our PGA professionals, and especially those who are coaches. So with that, if you have not created a profile on PGA.com and you are doing any teaching at all, highly, highly recommend that you do so. It's a pretty easy process. The only prerequisite is that you are ADM certified. So you need to go through PGA.coach, complete that certification online for a couple of hours, and then you're eligible to create a profile. We are doing our best to promote those that have a profile. I'm proud to say that we're the leading section across the country in the number of pros that we have that are ADM certified as well as have a profile. And I think you'll see that as a nice tool, especially as we're leading up into the PGA Championship next month. You're going to see a lot of promotion on that. Those that go to PGA.com to look at the leaderboard, you'll see every 4 or so names on the leaderboard, there'll be a promotion of a local coach. So if you want that opportunity to be promoted, strongly encourage you to get that profile done. Reach out to myself or player development director, Anthony Leone, for help with that. I know those coaches that are on there with a profile and that we've helped promote even further through our consumer database have seen tremendous traffic, new students, increased revenue. It's just been a wonderful, wonderful tool, available to you through your association. So please take advantage of that. A little bit of an echo. Education, I know Robin talked about that. I just want to highlight Gibbs. Some of you may remember that was a education seminar that we had in person, usually at a convention center, and it was an all-day activity, with breakouts. Well, we're bringing that back, but in a virtual format, and we'll start next week. So next Friday on April 30th, and we'll continue every last Friday of the month throughout the rest of the year. And we'll have certain themes, as Cam explained. So the first 3 months we'll have the same theme of career balance, work-life balance. Then we'll move into increasing revenue at your facility, and finally wrapping up with career enhancement and career development. So be sure to see information on that. You'll be getting some reminder emails here this week and next week leading up to the first one. Again, the last Friday of every month from 9 to 10 a.m. And if you can't make it, just like everything that we do, everything is recorded and housed on our SCPGA YouTube channel so that you can refer to at a later, more convenient time for you. Just quickly on Foundation and Junior Golf, and then I'll turn it over to Jeff. We do have a fundraiser coming up next month. I believe we have a couple more spots for teams. If you are interested, we're partnering up with the Haley Moore Foundation, and we're doing a Pro-Am at Palma Valley on May 10th. That'll be the Monday after Mother's Day. So if you are interested, I know we have a couple of spots remaining. Please reach out to myself or Matt Gilson, our foundation director. Junior Tour continues to flourish. We've been back playing since mid-February. Not unlike our section events, all events are filling up fast and full fields. So we're excited, to get the kids back on the golf course. And thank you to all of you who have opened up your facilities to host us. It has been a bit of a challenge this last year or so, but we do appreciate the support of our section professionals in your facilities. So thank you for that. And with that, I'll hand it over to Jeff.
Thank you, Nick. And as all of you can see, there's a flurry of activity. It's just nonstop, and we're excited about this evolution. It doesn't seem like there's been a time in our history where there's been this much going on, and it's exciting. So I'd like to say thanks to Cameron for having us, of course, and thanks to Rick and Hide, who I work very closely with on the financial and membership matters. And a special congratulations to all of the chapter winners. This special awards program is so significant and so important. And especially Brandon, PGA of America's highest honor, Golf Professional of the Year. Congratulations. As Rick had mentioned earlier, the special awards is going to conclude on April the 30th. We still have 10 days. And we're using this new program. And if any of you have had difficulty in using this new tool electronically, please let me know, and we'll fix whatever needs to be fixed. And a special thanks to Rick and Cameron again for serving on the Special Awards Committee for your section. We're here to deal with essential membership services, your chapters, financial support. And it was mentioned earlier regarding our associates, Tom Sun and John Kulo, and a team of mentors have been put in place to look after all of our associates and to help shepherd them through this process and this program, not the least of which these activities include Launchpad. And it's something that any associates on this call, particularly those in level 1, should take advantage of. MSR has been extended to June 15 of 2022. I'm happy to announce that a little over 60% of our PGA members have met the MSR requirement to date. And with the many activities that we've provided, whether it be Catalyst or CalChat, or as we move forward with Gibbs again, there's some very easy opportunities to not only get smarter, but to collect some MSR hours that are going to be needed here in the next year. And as a final reminder, if you change addresses or address classification or any kind of a position change, I'd be very grateful if you'd let me know and take advantage of the change form that's available electronically, or simply call me. And I know I speak for Nikki, Tom, when I say that we're always here. This is what we're here to do. This is what we love to do. And thanks for your time.
All right, thank you, Tom, Nikki, and Jeff for these section updates. Huge thank you for all the great communication and support you've given me personally and the Metro Chapter Board throughout the last few months and years, actually. So thanks so much. I did not see any questions. So I did want to remind you to follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date on everything having to do with the Metro Chapter. The handles are up here on the screen, and you know, we really look forward to getting back to in-person meetings, hopefully some point this year. We will keep everyone up to date with any movement on that. Otherwise, we'll stick with this virtual format until we feel like it's appropriate and safe. So on behalf of the entire board for the Metro Chapter, thanks for spending the last hour plus with us. And please stay safe out there. So this meeting is adjourned.
Thanks, Cameron.
Thank you.
Thank you.